And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity. First, I'm Stan Salter, along with Keith Fustel. We'll get you ready for Saturday's action. Big 9-race card this afternoon at Pimlico. We're on the turf. Turf course rated good. Main track rated fast. And a great job by the track crew to work on the track all morning long to have it fast for this afternoon's races, as we had a washout yesterday after the fifth race. Well, the rain came before the fifth race. They ran race 5 on the turf in the rain, and then they called off the last 4 races due to the rain. So Trevor McCarthy, he still managed to have a big 2-win day on the 5-race card yesterday.
Steady as she goes, right?
Yep.
2 a day, 3 a day. Teamed up with Ness again, social stranger to the inside, kind of resurgent, a little duel past the 8th pole, was able to win that one. Delightful Lana on that turf course that went to yielding due to all that rain, kind of dictated the pace up front. So we're back, a little short in card yesterday, but back for some good action this afternoon.
All right, absolutely. Let's show you what happened in the Stronach 5. So the Pimlico leg, everybody had a winner in the Pimlico leg. Let's show you the winning results of the Stronach 5 from yesterday. And there's the payout, $2,685 and some change. You had a $26 winner in the first leg at Gulfstream. Everybody won the second leg at Pimlico. Then an $8 winner, $7 winner, $8 winner. So if you had the long shot winner in the opening leg, you got rewarded a little shy of $2,700 there for the payout.
It turned into a pick 4 yesterday. Still a very healthy payout with those 4 winners.
All right, well, let's show you what we're a week away, Keith. A week away. Yesterday we were a week away from Black Eyed Susan Day. Today we're a week away from Preakness 144. You can get your tickets now. Go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information about how to get tickets. Tickets still on sale for the Turfside Terrace. Also, the Infield Fest. Tickets still on sale for the Infield Fest. Let's show you the probables for Preakness 144. It's next Saturday, 7 days away. And you had the news yesterday. The big news yesterday, win is they are pointing towards the Preakness now. He ran in the Kentucky Derby, finished 10th. For trainer Mike Trombetta and Live Oak Plantation. Julian Pimentel will ride again. So win. He makes it, looks like 11 probables there right now.
Yeah, win. Signs, I guess, are good up there at Fairhill. So, a little trouble, too, for win. Stalled a little bit around the final turn. Kind of protected late, I thought, through the final 1/8 of a mile. I've got Warriors Charge as well. Going to be supplemented to the Preakness here for trainer Brad Cox. And this is a horse that's just rolling along right now. His last race winning off on the front end, close to 7 lengths score, 6 and some change. Final time was really strong at Oaklawn that day in that allowance competition, equal to the Rebel.
Okay.
So, he kind of throws a wrench into the line right now, that horse. And if it comes up wet, look at the breeding Spicetown, by Munnings, by Spicetown, out of a broken Val mare. So,
all right, so he's a live new shooter, Warriors Charge. You have the Maryland bred Always Mining, of course, the big winner, and the Tessio. Everybody has to pay to run in the Preakness except Always Mining. He gets a free roll in the Preakness off that big win. And the Tessio, he had a sharp work at Fairhill yesterday. A press release went out about the Always Mining work at Fairhill yesterday. You can go to Pimlico.com for all your Black Eyed Susan and Preakness news. Lasitas with a big work yesterday. So Pimlico.com for all the press releases on Black Eyed Susan and Preakness Day. There'll be a bunch of news coming out today, I'm sure. Let's show you a picture of both racing surfaces today. Main track is fast. There it is. They're working on it, and the turf course is good. So it was firm before race 5 yesterday. That you're saying with the rain that we got, it went to yielding for race 5 yesterday.
We did. That final time, 44 and change for the mile. They came into the stretch and really slowed things down quite a bit. So we'll monitor this turf course, keep you updated on the condition. Amazing. I was here late last night. I would have never guessed this track would have been fast today. So phenomenal job by the whole crew.
They worked on it all morning. No training this morning on the Pimlico track. They worked on it all morning. So fast track, here we go in race 1. Race 1, we're going to kick off the rolling super high 5. We have that every race with 7 or more horses. Low 15% take takeout. We'll have a carryover to start, a little over $1,000 in that super high five starting in race 1. They don't hit it here in race 1. It'll carry over to the next race with 7 or more, which will be race 2. So keep your eye on that rolling super high five throughout the day. Also, race 1 kicks off the popular early pick 5. Early pick 5 is a mandatory payout, industry low, 12% takeout. I have a ticket. Let's check it out. A $48 ticket. I couldn't come up with a single on this early pick 5. My best bet comes in race 7. I love Not a Chance with the X-Man. Speed from the outside right to the front. But that's coming up in race 7. So no single here on this early pick 5. The opener, a turf route for 3 and up. Nice starter allowance condition. I go 4 deep in this race, a 2, 5, 8, 10. Race 2, I go that's a beaten nickel going short. I go 3 deep there with the 3, 5, 6. Race 3, I'm chalking it up there with the 2 favorites, the 7, Hey Mabel, and the 11, Janelle Dreams. And then race 4 is a nice starter allowance race. I like the 5, Truly Hot with McCarthy, and the 8, My Chessa Charm with Katie Davis. And then race 5, a real nice maiden special weight for filly mares 3 and up, going a mile on the turf to anchor this early pick 5. The 3, Julia Amanati is
there
the name.
There you go, yes.
We have a video spotlight on that filly, a bit of a tongue twister. I have her on top, Julia Amanati. I like her. I also like the 4, June Ann, the Irish-bred filly for trainer Tim Keefe. So I go 3, 4 there in race 5. And we have a video to show you there on Julia Amanati. Cool name, even though I can't say it very well.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Very tough to find a single along any stretch of these races this afternoon. Very contentious, especially early in the card.
Right.
You could really have some blowout prices early on, first 5 or 6 races, starting with the opener. I mean, across the board, some good betting events here on this racing card.
All right, well, race 1, we're going a mile and a 16th on the turf, rail setting at 15 feet, 16,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 25,000. Now, this is a new starter allowance condition around here. The condition is 3 and up, start for 16,000 or less in their last 3 starts, or claiming price 25,000. So you can really have some old time warriors in this spot. And so I go with the 2 prime time. We like the same four horses there. Looks like I go with the 2 prime time man on top for Kieran McGee.
Okay.
Georgie Vargas will ride this 6-year-old. Vargas was aboard last time, April 19th at Laurel. That was against Open 25,000 company. It was 10-1 that day in a big rally to get up for second with a big 82 buyer speed figure. He trains right here at Pimlico. This is where McGee is stabled, so he doesn't have to ship today. He'll get a ground-saving trip on the inside. I go with the 6-year-old primetime man on top.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how some of these horses take with this turf course. I think going to have a little bit of give to it, no doubt. Primetime man got away a big price. I couldn't believe he was 10-1 last time. A good rally to get up. Had some pretty good fractions to run into. They were battling leaving the 3/4 pole, battling after 3/4 into the stretch. Nate Tizzy, I think, is going to get the jump. I think the 5 you're going to have to use. I think the flow is going to be conducive to him. We saw yesterday on the softer ground the leader just go every step of the way there with Trevor. I go to the 8, though. Second time gelding here, High Noon Rider, 7-year-old, making a second start for Brittany Russell. We're going to have Sheldon, right? Yeah, Sheldon Russell in the irons this afternoon. I don't foresee this horse getting that far back as he was last time, so I'm 20 lengths out of it after 3/4 of a mile. This horse is going to be forwardly placed, maybe 5 or 6 out of it leaving the far turn. I like his grinding style. Second time gelding, back numbers to prove it. I think High Noon Rider is going to wear him down late.
He has the back class. This is what I'm talking about, this condition. Here's a 7-year-old's made over 400,000. He's a 5-time winner on the grass, and he ran huge last time. 21 lengths out of it, comes flying late, 5 wide, just good speed, 80 buyer speed figure. So I like the 8. I use him. We both use the 5. Nate's Tizzy, Toledo will ride for Schoenthal. This horse will be forwardly placed. Doesn't have to go to the front. Likes to kind of sit lay about second or third early on. Got got the lead last time, turning for home, and just ran a good third, a game third. You gave him the game comment line there in the comments. So Nate Stizzy, he's one of the favorites, and he'll be right there.
Hasn't won on the turf. Only 2 starts, but both 2 tries respectable, to say the least. And I like the ride that he got. I thought he was going to be on the lead, but they decided to go ahead and rate him last time. He made a move into it and tried every step of the way. It's amazing we got the same 4 horses. I do think it's a little bit wide open. The 10, I just don't know what to do. This horse has been off since October of 16, but it tracks McCarthy. Look at those gaudy numbers all the way through. And it's kind of a protect move still, 25,000. Is anybody going to jump? You get away with that running in here. So that's kind of an X factor kind of horse, along with Crimson Hayes, who really did well in these starter handicap races down in Florida last year. So Crimson Hayes, I think, is going to bring some pace into this race.
Yeah. How much money do you think the 10 bank float is going to take here? You have the McCarthy factor. This horse has the back class for sure. Trez Abbott, from a small sample, he's 35% in a positive ROI with new horses in his barn. He trains up at Fair Hill. I'm sure this horse was galloping all over the countryside up there at Fair Hill to get ready for this big comeback off a long layoff. And the horse is going to take play at the windows.
Going to try to keep that sharp record intact. Look at that at the distance, 5 for 6 with a second.
Right.
And you see horses that have come back. Roman Approvals of horses ended up in the claiming ranks, I think recently for Farrier, right? It's running well around this level.
Sure,
so it's a little bit of a guess, but the tell is the jock, I would think.
Yep. All right, so nice turf route to kick things off. Starter allowance competition in the opener. Let's turn the page. Race 2 starts the early pick 5. You like the early pick 5 today, Keith? Let's check out your ticket, see how you played it.
Yeah, early pick for $30 is going to be our ticket. A little more than we like to spend, but I see some value. 3 and 6 to get you started. Grilly Striker, I want this horse rated off the pace today. Sluicer looks to be the one to catch. Hey, there's the team that wins. Ness and McCarthy. Third race, the 1, 7, and 9 going for value with the 1 American Star Rodolfo Sanchez Solomon. Had a maiden, scored a big price on the dirt. Also going to throw in Dixie Dogood. We'll talk about that one later. Fourth race, the 2 and the 5. Prank Call Truly Hot. Finishing up, there's the spread. 1, 3, 4, 5, 7 in the 5th. $30. Your early pick 4.
Yeah. I like. You went deep there in race 5. That's a nice maiden special weight going long on the turf. So a nice sequence of races for this early pick 5 and early pick 4. Let's take a look at the second race. 6 furlongs, claiming 5,000 filly mares 3 and up. A in 6 months, never won 4 is the condition. I go with the 5 on top here. Splendor Gal for trainer Mark Reed, a sharp second at this level. Last out late April at Laurel Park. Julio Correo's aboard that day. He'll be back aboard today, so you get 7 pounds off. The Bug Boy had a nice win opening day here at Pimlico for the long shot winner
for Hammy.
For Hammy Smith. So I go with the 5 Splendor Gal, my top pick here.
Yeah, and she could be the favorite at first glance. I think, she should be the favorite off of that recent number. But Sluicer's back into the nest barn. You're going to get McCarthy.
Right.
She's quicker, all things being equal, early with a good break than Splendor Gal. She can get the 6 furlongs. You go back on her page, back November 25th, at number 55. She's got a 59 on the page back in November. This horse has the speed, and I think back with the barn, this horse is going to carry the speed this afternoon over this racetrack and take them wire to wire.
Yeah, it's a reclaim for Ness. He had the filly before, claimed the filly back. We always like to see that. He's given her a little time off, freshened her up. She's up at Delaware.
Working at Delaware.
Grazing on all that grass they have up there all over the place. Sharp bullet workout coming into today. So, hey, you get McCarthy. So the 6 Sluicer is going to be tough. We both use the 3 Grilly Striker for Laurie Testerman. This horse ran a big second 2 starts ago behind Rockin' Ruth, who came back to win. And then looks like Grilly Striker just bounced last out. I don't know what happened. She didn't run at all. But if she can bounce back to a better effort today, this is her home track. She trains here at Pimlico for Laurie Testerman. So, and then you'll get a decent price around 9-2.
Yeah, she'll be okay off of that last line. It's almost like a bad thing that she broke well last time because she was up closer to the pace. They were going much too fast, and she had nothing leaving the 5/16 pole. I think if she comes away clean, you still got to rate her back 4 or 5 lengths off the pace and try to make that one run like she did in her prior try.
All right, so we both like the 3, 5, 6 on top in different orders there in the second. Let's take a look. Race 3, we're back on the turf. We're going a mile and a 16th on the turf, rail setting at 15 feet. claiming 16,000. Filly mares 3 and up, never won 2 lifetime is the condition. We both like the 7. Hey Mabel, I have Hey Mabel on top. You pick her third. We have a video spotlight to show you. Let's show you her last race, April 25th at Laurel Park. Same condition going long on the turf.
Yeah, and they went pretty quick early, and she was hung wide every step of the way, broke from the 10 post, and makes a strong move here into the far turn. We talked about Hey Mabel took her a long time, Stan, to break the maiden, but we went back. We liked her this day. We went back on her page, and she had a number that stacked up against this kind of field. Just flattened a little bit. Used into that quicker pace, ran a really strong second quarter mile. Hey Mabel willing to the wire, only beaten 3.5. This is a race, so I think she's going to be laying a little bit closer. Hopefully she can drop in. She moves a little bit further inside now. She doesn't have that 10 post. I think she can get a stalking trip somewhere 3 or 4 out of it and be able to make a move, sustain better with the ground-saving trip.
I like her. Jorge Riaz, John Salzman Jr. doing well together. They're 19% together. That's pretty solid. Hey, Mabel, her lifetime best was on the turf at 59 by her speed figure. I think she's cycling up to another big number today like she ran at Laurel last out, maybe even a little better today. If she runs a little better today, that gets her home. So I pick her on top. I didn't use the 9. Oh, you're going for the blow-up horse here.
Yeah.
20-1 here on the 9. Dixie Dogood. I remember this sire, Baltimore Bob. He was a stakes winner, I believe, right here on the Pimlico turf.
If you got a half-brother here in the family that was 2 for 14 going long on the turf, Baltimore Bobs, they're 23% in their turf routes.
Right.
Just taking a high percentages here, playing the percentage. Russell goes here, was also named on Cadillac at 10, but he decides to go with Dixie Dugan. Yeah, just looking for a bomb. I think in another wide-open race, American Star, you have to use anything this barn throws out at you right now. Rodolfo Sanchez-Solomon has to be respected. Tactical speed, better stamina, and last. I think this horse sits its trip. Not a ton of turf breeding. I'm not going to let the barn go away close to double digits.
All right, so I like it. Keith going for the big home run there, the grand slam with Dixie Dogood. You get a horse home like that, and that's when you get one of them $20,000 payouts like we had in the late pick 5 the other day. So a wide open condition there in race 3. Let's get a quick commercial break. The 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 6. It paid over $5,000 on opening day. Tim Tullock, he'll have a ticket for that. I like the late pick 5 starting in race 5. We'll check it all out right after this. All right, welcome back. Let's dive into today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Starts in race 4 on our 9-race program. No carryover. They hit it opening day Thursday for over $5,000. Tim Tullock, he has his ticket for it. We'll show you that later this afternoon. You can study it now on the Pimlico.com website underneath the handicapping section. Race 4 also kicks off the middle pick 4, so lots of action here for this $5,000 starter allowance. Filly mares 3 and up, going 6 furlongs. I go with McCarthy on top. The 5, Truly Hot, going to be one of the favorites for trainer Mary Epler. A 5-year-old mare ran a decent 4th against a tough starter handicap a group back in February on a muddy track that day, and recently a good second against open 16,000 claimers, going 7 furlongs at Laurel Park. So she's in good form right now, I think. You get McCarthy to ride, so she trains here for Mary Epler. This is her home track, so you have Truly Hot on top as well.
Done her best work at this distance. She's on her home track, and she gets some speed to target in here with Prank Call. Obviously, we know My Chest of Charm is awfully quick, Stan. She's going to be up on the engine. A little class relief too for Truly Hot. I think she can settle back off of it, save some ground around the turn. She'll make her run in here. Mary Epler and Trevor McCarthy, when they team up, they usually do quite well. Prank Call is a horse on the improve. You see coming off a blowout win at Charlestown in a condition race there. But that final time, 19-2, it compares very strongly. Only a tick off of a 2 other than up there on the same night for fillies and mares. That's good enough for me. Wayne Potts has done quite well over recent months. Prank Call, he gets these horses about bottom level. They improve. They can move up. So Prank Call going to be a factor. I don't know if she's as fast early as My Chest of Charm, but I think she's got a rating gear in here.
I didn't use the 2. I go to the outside. The 8, My Chest of Charm, Katie Davis for trainer Hugh McMahon. They're a potent combination. A big win 2 starts ago against Beaten Nickel Company. And then the Beaten favored last out at this nickel starter level was, 3-5 that day. But ran okay. Was fighting for the lead. They went 45-2 for the half. She was head and head. A hard-fought third. She now she has a nice outside post today with that outside speed, with that early speed. So Katie Davis probably going to be able to dictate their little speed, maybe with that Dare's Gold, but not as much as My Chest of Charm. So she'll be either in front or sitting second or third with a nice stalking trip.
Yeah, she brings that 70 number, which is on her pages. Yeah,
right.
she's going to go ahead and win it because I think she can go ahead and clear the factor. Can she get an easy half? A non-pressured half. That's going to be the key for her to be able to kind of spurt away up her stretch when called upon. So yeah, 5, 2, 7, 3 for me. Party Rock. It's a little tougher group than what she's been facing. I know she's been running well up at Penn National, those starters. She's going to have to up a little bit on the pace. She's got the numbers, the back numbers to do it. I don't know what kind of trip she's not going to have the easiest of trips in here.
But the Nest Barn red hot, and you get Daniel Centeno, so top connections there for the 3 Party Rocks. So a nice nickel starter to kick off the pick 6 and the middle pick 4. Let's turn the page. Race 5, one of the big features of the day. A nice maiden special weight going mile on the turf. It kicks off the late pick 5. No carryover. They hit it big the other day for over 20,000 industry low. 12% takeout on both our pick 5s at Pimlico. I have a ticket. Let's check it out. $18 late pick 5 ticket. I do have a single on this ticket. Race 5, though, I go 3 deep. I like the 1, Comfy and Cozy, the 3, Julia Amanati, and the 4, June Ann. Race 6, that's a nice starter allowance going long on the main track. The 6, My Good Man's going to be tough, but also the 3, Short List, going to be tough. And the 4, Johnny Banks, a first-time gelding for Claudio Gonzalez. So I go 3, 4, 6 in race 7. In race 6. Race 7, my best bet of the day. It's a 5-furlong turf sprint. Open 12-5 claimers. The 8, Not a Chance, going to try to send from the outside. Went to the front last out against 16,000 claimers, coming off a 4-month layoff. Got to the front, went 44-3, 56, 101-4. Just got beat. Ran a big 89 buyer speed figure, a lifetime best for Jerry Robb, the X-Man. Gonna have a nice trip, I think, on the 8, Not a Chance, with that speed from the outside. So I single on him in race 7. Nice starter allowance for Philly Mares in race 8. I go 2 deep there. The 2, Monaco Princess, and the 4, Toma. And then another nice maiden special weight for Philly Mares going long on the turf. In race 9, the 1, Pepper Pot, looks tough for Trevor McCarthy, but trainer Arnaud Delacour has a first-time starter in there with Daniel Centeno. The filly's been working well down there at Tampa, up at Fair Hill, so you have to respect the 4, Illyria there, I think, in race 9. So I guess this race split, right? Philly Mare, races 5 and 9 are split divisions. It's a maiden special. Let's take a look here at the 5th, all right? Race 5, maiden special weight, Philly Mares going a mile, turf rail, 15 feet. The 3, Julia Amanati, I have her on top. You pick her second. We have a video spotlight to show you of her one and only race, her debut, April 18th. They bet her down to 6-1 going a mile and a 16th in her debut.
Well, man, got play a little bit down to 6-1 for Gary Cap, and it just relaxed perfectly off of a contested pace and looks home free right now. Moves up 4 wide, going to get the lead and open up a clear lead, about 2.5 when they come to mid-stretch, but just can't quite hold on. Gary Cap had this one ready. You're thinking if you bet this horse at 6-1, you're home in bed.
Sure.
But written word, had other thoughts, is going to be able to surge up between horses to go ahead and get the victory. But You see Julia Amanati really trying hard to the wire. Shortens up today. Gary Capsangle's always been better. Second time out, right?
Sure, yeah.
So,
He's 3 for 9
yeah,
recently with a big positive
yeah,
ROI.
shortening up to the mile with the tactical speed in here. I don't think the flow is going to be that quick. She's a user, no doubt, right back.
Yeah, Toledo will ride. Toledo and Gary Cap, 24% and a big positive ROI. So I have this filly by Noble Mission on top. The 3, Julia Amanati, looks awfully tough. And if she runs big, you really have to love Pepper Pot, the favorite in race 9 today, who you just saw there in that video. But your top pick I didn't use here. All right, you're going with 12, Trevor McCarthy, Delacour. First-time Lasix, tis now, and you still might get a decent price.
Yeah, you wonder. I mean, got Trevor. Handled a yielding course as a 2-year-old. Didn't run awful. The number's really not there, okay, the 43, right. But you got to take that a little bit on that yielding course. It's tougher to make. Third-place finisher came back, ended up winning a stakes race on the dirt. Ran an okay number, but I like this. Over 180-day layoff on the turf with these maiden special weight runners. He's 3 for 10 and 6 for 10 in the money over the last couple of years with an ROI close to $3. When in doubt, I always lean towards Delacour. Ledeca for me here in the 5th.
All right, some nice fillies in here. How about the 4? We both like the 4, June Ann, an Irish-bred filly for Timmy Keefe. Forrest Boyce will ride. She ran big last out, maiden special weight back in March at Gulfstream. That's during the championship meet, going 7.5. She rallied for a big second. Just got beat a length and a half. Big 67 buyer, so that puts her right there. Puts her right there today. Forrest and Timmy Keefe, they do well together. Yeah. Your thoughts here on June Ann?
Definitely didn't have a real comfortable trip early. Finally got settled, was able to work between horses, finished quite well in that race. I don't know if the field that she faced, though, is as good as some of the horses that Comfy and Cozy, the rail horse here, the #1 horse for Michael Matz, ran against down at Gulfstream. You look at the two-back race at Gulfstream for Comfy and Cozy. That second-place finisher came back at a shorter price at 7-2 to win at Keeneland, running a 74. Silver Kitten in its most recent start, who pairs up against Comfy and Cozy, came back to run a good number and had to navigate a trip from the 12th post. Things will be a little bit easier. We'll be able to get position easier today. Comfy and Cozy in with Correa is going to be a factor around the pace. This horse looks like she's got to be forward in here.
Yeah, she might try to go right to the front from the inside. Well-bred curling filly for Michael Matz, gonna only has to carry 113 with the Bug Rider Correa. Yep. Graham Ocean with a first-time starter in here by Animal Kingdom. Weston Hamilton will ride. Graham doesn't win too many first-time out, but this filly looks well prepared. A bunch of nice works up there at Fair Hill. She's bred for the grass. Safari Queen probably going to take some play at the windows.
Well, the Animal Kingdoms. I think Phil Schoenthal had one hit the turf and pay a good price recently. Songs of Sonnet, the mare, she was an allowance winner on the turf. So Safari Queen, I think, is going to escape at an okay price. Tap the total on that one. And the other motion horse, the 5, who I don't have in my top 4, neither do you. But Perfect Kind, go back to the debut. Last summer as a 2-year-old, ran against Concrete Rose. Well, she's only gone on to win graded stakes races a couple times. So she can get the distance. She's fresh. He's good with this kind of layoff with these turf horses. Perfect Kind's probably a user underneath. I think this is a spread race, no doubt. You know, the 7 would be an upsetter to me, but I'm sorry, the bottom horse would be an upsetter to me, but anybody else looks live. Yeah, 1 through 7 look live in here.
Well, Clover Bottom just ran well at Laurel on the turf, and how about the Mr. William Pape, homebred for Eddie Graham, a 4-year-old filly by Street Sense. Pepper Sprout been working well at Fair Hill. Caramanos will ride. This is going to be one of my favorite races of the day. Both races 5 and 9. They're a split version of a maiden special weight filly and mare long turf.
And these are races that prove to be key races, usually down the line throughout the spring and summer. So keep your eye on a bunch of these runners and the runners later on in the card in this split. But Pepper Sprout, the mare, $161,000 earner on the turf, has a half-sister that was also a turf winner.
All right, so I'm predicting a big handle in the late pick 5 that starts in race 5, because that's going to be a well-played race. Let's check out race 6. We're going to kick off the late pick 4 in race 6. We're going a mile and a 16th here. 25,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. Never won 3 is the condition, and let's start with the 6. We have a video on the 3. We'll get the short list.
Okay.
But I go, it's going to be a slugfest here, I think, between the 3. Short list, who ran big last out, beat a starter allowance, 2 life field, coming off the layoff for Jerry Engelhardt. Vargas will ride again. This horse probably might go right to the front or sit second or third. Short list going to be awfully tough, but My Good Man with a big win against starter allowance, 2 life. 2 starts ago, the 74 buyer, and just missed at this level. Last out mid-April at Laurel, going a mile. Big 76 buyer that day, a lifetime best. It looks like Mary Epler has his 4-year-old son of Curlin in top form right now. McCarthy will ride. I go with the 6, My Good Man on top.
Yeah, he's 2 for 3. The only two-turn winner in this field. My Good Man. He's kind of a, he sits back, he'll relax, but he doesn't make that big charge. He just kind of wants to wear you down through the stretch. I'm going to go with Johnny Banks on top. Let's come back there. Let's watch this video short list while we got it real quick.
Okay.
Short list certainly going to be a factor. Engelhardt, and this is another one. Got a really good trip last time. Real factor. LaGrosse Bill are at it on the lead. Fractions not too demanding, which would have thought the leaders would have kind of gone a little bit more. But short list goes ahead and pounces 3 wide in between horses past the 5/16 pole to the quarter pole. Going to open up clear and just kind of watch short list through the stretch. Hammered down to 6-5 that day, but watch Vargas. He's really not asking much at all on this 5-year-old gelding. Really liked the Laurel surface that day, just striding out nicely. Very confidently handled through the final 16th of a mile with short list. Big number, 75, works with these. Positionally, probably will get the jump on a horse like My Good Man Stan. So I think Greek Prince will probably go the 5 horse in the shorter field. He's done his best work up on or near the lead. But I'm gonna settle for Johnny Banks. First time gelding. The works are significantly better prior than, pre-gelded. So I'm looking at that. Keys up, beats Uno Dancer, who's gotten the better of My Good Man a couple times. Take Claudio. I think you can get 3-1 on this one.
This is a nice starter allowance field. I go 3 deep in this race. So my late pick 5. I use the 3, 4, 6.
Okay.
And the 2, 2 swords for Trombetta and Julio Correa. That horse could be dangerous. Had a big win, going 6 furlongs February at Laurel. This horse could be forwardly placed, stretching out the 2 turns today. The 2 swords.
That no doubt. I just. He doesn't have a ton of gate speed, so I think he's going to have to get involved with Greek Prince at some point. And I'm just a little leery getting the distance here for the two swords.
All right, so nice starter allowance there. Race 6, let's turn the page. Race 7, my best bet of the day. We're going 5 furlongs on the turf rail at 15 feet, claiming 12,500, 3 and up, wide open here. The 8 you have on top as well. Yeah, I just envision this horse getting a dream trip from the outside. Xavier can go right to the front if he wants, or sit second or third on the outside. He ran a big number last out, a lifetime best as a 6-year-old, coming off a 3-4 month layoff, a big 89 buyer speed figure against open 16,000 company. Went to the front. They went quick, 44 and change for the half. Just got beat 3/4 of a length by Scout's Honor, who I believe is a well-seasoned,
yes, he is.
10-year-old that's made a ton of money.
Starter allowance kind of horse, Scout's Honor.
So now Jerry Robb's second off the layoff. He's 33% positive ROI. The X-Man gonna get a nice trip here on Not a Chance. We're cutting back from 5.5. He only has to go 5 furlongs today, so just send on the 8, Not a Chance.
Yeah, got the drifts through the stretch, but he was dead game to the wire. And talk about a horse that needed a break. His form really tailed off. He ran 4 or 5 bad races in a row, but picked it up. A little bit of a tell, the good work, the sharp work off the layoff, and this horse ran big. I don't know if that was an 89 buyer. They might do a little bit of an adjustment on that, but even if you drop it 10 points, it works and it can beat this field. Sure. He outran these other speeds. I guess the new shooter with the speed is going to be the 4 Black Stetson for Ness and McCarthy. Will he be able to kind of keep Not a Chance honest? But you know what, Not a Chance, when he's right, he's won from just off the pace on the grass before as well. So the road's going to go through him, I believe, past the 8th pole. Looking for a little bit of closer. Bibbo off the hurdle races, Stan, right. down in Aiken, but he ran respectable. He's going to make a run. And as I said, I think you can close a little bit better on this turf course. Now today, a little different story. Might have a little bit of, how he's going to handle a little bit of softer ground, but I think Bibbo's going to make a run into it.
All right, so we both have an 8, 5, 6 on top there in race 7. The 8, Not a Chance, my best bet of the day. Race 8 will kick off the late daily double. We're going a mile and a 16th, 25,000 starter allowance. Optional claiming 25,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 is the condition. Scratch to 1 vinaigrette. I go with the 4 on top. Toma, you like the 4 as well. Weston Hamilton will ride for trainer Mark Reed, beaten favorite at this level last out, but that was coming back to the races after having a couple months off. A good second behind Last Love, who was at that good claim for what? For trainer Bill Comlo, right? For Comlo, yeah, that nice filly, not for love filly. So Toma ran a big race last out. She's in good form. She ran a big race going a mile at Laurel Park back in January. Her lone trip here at Pimlico, she was still a maiden last May. Just forget about that race. She's a different filly now. She's in good form for Mark Reed. Weston Hamilton rides her well. He's never well, except for the race last year. He's never had a bad outing on this filly for trainer Mark Reed. So I go with the 4 Toma on top.
She just looks like a kind of a one-run sprinter to me, Stan. I shorter price. I'll use her maybe underneath at the 2 turns. That's my biggest concern for her. I like her better at 6 and 7. She'll make a move. Will she kind of follow through? I don't know. At that price, she's going to be in that 9 to 5 to 8 to 5 range in here. I think My Side Princess is going to be the one to catch. The blinkers go on for trainer Damon Delavico's runner. Has run quite well, holding form. Really never ran one bad race on the page. She's going to pop. We right to the front. We've got Warrior of the Roses home on the front end for Damon the other day. Maybe again here with My Side Princess. But the 2 Monaco Princess, little theme here. I think first off the claim for Claudio. We've seen a lot of these trainers. Hugh McMahon's done it. Claudio's done it. They go down to Keelan at shorter meet. They go in. They reach and grab some horses that maybe didn't fit the profile from some of the barns. They bring them up here and they thrive. I think Monaco Princess is going to be that kind of horse. It's a perfect trip. I'm not worried about the distance for this one. 2.552 for me in the 8th. I'm going to try to beat that fave.
All right, nice starter allowance here. It's wide open. Everybody has a shot here. The 3 Wicked Awesome with the shot. The 6 Have Now. First off the claim for Hugh McMahon. So a wide open affair there in race 8. Let's check out race 9. Another big maiden special weight going a mile on the turf. Rail at 15 feet. Filly mares 3 and up. I go with the favorite, Pepper Pot. And if Julia Amanati runs big in race 5, you have to love the favorite here, Pepper Pot. Homebred for Mr. Pape and trainer Eddie Graham. Trevor McCarthy is going to get a nice ground-saving trip on this filly. He just missed on her a couple times at Laurel. She's going to run second off the layoff today. She's primed for a big effort. You have her on top, too.
Yeah, that was first-time blinkers, and she ran well without blinkers, so we don't really know if she needs them or not. But awfully game, but had a good setup in that last race. I'm going to toss Ordinola, and I've been chasing this filly extended duel through rapid fractions last time out. Unless maybe Gracely goes, the 6. I think Ortonola is going to be able to relax. I think she can cover the distance. This mile is going to suit her well. I think she hangs around better today. Pepper Bod, though, is going to be able to save ground every step of the way. I think going to wear her down late. We talked about this firster here, Ilaria, Ferrano Delacour, and Green Lantern Stables by a stallion I'm not real familiar with, but I went to do some research today. Dutch Art, multiple Group 1 winner over in Europe, sprinting.
Right.
Had sired some Group 1 winners as well. Looking at the mare, I think she was 5 for 21 overseas. Made some good money. So I think Ilaria, intriguing breeding. Some newer breeding to me, but it's Delacour. You've got Centano. You can't throw out. That's all I can tell you.
Probably be well played at the window. So some nice breeding there for the turf for the 4 Illyria for Arnaud Delacour. Nice maiden special weight there in race 9. We both have the 1 Pepper Pot on top. That's it. We're out of time. Okay. Dave Rodman, he's going to come up next with today's scratches and changes. It's beautiful weather right now.
Yeah.
Main track is fast. Turf is good. Good luck to you today on the early pick 4. Rodman's up next. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.